traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1595th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Good evening, traders. I spent the week in New York City, so the only videos I gave you, which were one every evening, but they were more like my desktop computer shoot, and I didn't get a chance to get in front of the camera and go crazy for you. But I'm back, and I'm so glad to be home, and let's see what we got going on. Video number 1595 is coming to you on a Monday night for trading Tuesday, March 21st. Is it today the 21st? Tomorrow's March 21st? 2017, 20, 28. I don't care anymore. I don't even know what year it is. This could be 2090. I don't even know. I don't care. According to the board, it's 2017. Traders, as you know, futures trading is risky, causes substantial financial loss. It's certainly not suitable for all traders. You must have risk capital to lose. And if you're going to follow a guy that doesn't even know what the hell year it is, you got some big kahunas, I'll tell you that much. For you traders that know me well enough, it doesn't matter if I know what kind of year it is, what month, what day, as long as I can read those charts, right? And boy, oh boy, has Omni been just killing it. In plain English, Omni has kicked ass this year. Jan, Feb, March, just killing the markets. Knock on wood. It's not always going to be that way, I know. But for now, the Omni has just been killing it. Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting this. However, I've got an Omni camp planned for May 18th through the 23rd. Omni Camp is 4 days live here in Las Vegas, where I will teach you the art of the Omni, which is Oscar's market navigational indicator. I will teach you how to come up with that for yourselves. What I didn't recognize was going to happen is 3 seats opened up for Omni Camp. I had a few people that were coming out, but it's been a couple of weeks since I spoke to them, and they haven't reserved their seats. So I am opening their seats up to the public. 3 seats will open up. I will teach you how to do what I have done for the last 3 months, and that's been give you ass-kicking Omni trades. If you want to learn how to do that, come on out to Vegas. Come on down to livewithoscar.com. Click the Omni Camp banner, fill out your application, and I'll personally call you and qualify you for one of those 3 open seats. All right, so what is going on out there? Traders, lots to talk about. I got a lot of great charts. I'm going to get right to them. The transportation average, bearish, bearish, bearish on charts. The NASDAQ, bullish. You tell me. So Omni's got a neutral to very nimble, slightly bearish sell Omni. But I will say this. A sell Omni in this environment makes my skin crawl. I much prefer the buy Omnis, but I do not interfere. If anything, we'd start out selling the rallies in the emini S&P. And we probably would be very nimble to take those profits if it comes our way. Stops will be in. They will not be very large because the Omni didn't ask for a large stop, thank the Lord. And, while the market's going up and it gives sell signals, generally the stops are a little bit smaller. So I'm happy to see that even if we have to start off following the Omni, no matter what happens, the stop won't be terrible. I never interfere with Omni, but you've got some sort of a fight going on here between the bearish tranny and a bullish NASDAQ. We'll see where that's going to go one step at a time. What else is planned for trading on Tuesday? Gold looking strong, and bonds as well. We would be buyers of dips in gold and buyers of dips in bonds. The Omni is. Soybeans, bearish, bearish, bearish on your soybeans. Wait till you see that chart. And then Apple and Tesla. You Tesla fans, you Apple fans. For you Tesla fans, remember this. Not too long ago, just a couple of weeks ago, Tesla successfully created the fastest car made on a production line. That is it. No, the bottom line is no one's got a faster car right now than the Tesla, which is made production line car, 0 to 60 off a line. The Tesla can do it in 2.75 seconds. 2.275 seconds. The record has been a Ferrari worth $1.2 million that could do it in 2.28 seconds. A Tesla can do it in 2.275. So you got to keep your eye on that chart, right? There's great fundamental behind it. We've had a couple of decent buys in Tesla, and we backed off for a little while. I'm happy to say Omni's got a buy in Tesla and a buy in Apple. Bullish both. come to livewithoscar.com. Meet me in my free live trading room. No credit cards required. Just come on down to the site. The site is free. Log in with a valid email address, create a username, and you'll see me live in my chat room. Traders, with no further ado, let's go look at some charts.
My expectation coming to Omni Camp was based on a conversation with Oscar, where he said, by the time you leave, you'll actually absolutely be able to trade. And that's exactly what he's delivered.
Well, my experience is that Oscar has refined his instruction to a science. He's able to deliver the information, albeit complicated, in a very easy to follow fashion. And you come away from here with almost step-by-step instructions about how to create an Omni on our own.
He told me on the phone that he would help me, maybe get 20 years of experience. It saved me 20 years of time. And after going through the camp, and my response would be, I wouldn't have gotten it in 20 years. What he did is different than I ever would have thought doing. He looked at something that all the books I've read, all the things I've done was different than I expected. So I told him I wouldn't have gotten this in 20 years.
I've been trading for about a year previously, and I had some expectations that were just blown out of the water. The content, while simple, I appreciate the genius behind it. And I met some great like-minded people as well.
Okay, traders, Dow Jones Transportation Average, usually deemed the leader of U.S. indices. I don't know if it's been the leader for the last few months, but generally it's deemed the leader of U.S. indices. This is the 50-bar moving average, which you'll note it held well here, held well here, held well here, and then had an explosion. Came back, held well, rallied up again, put in all-time new highs. Since then, however, we have breached that average, and we've stayed below in the form of some kind of an Oscarism F flag. That is bearish on any form of analysis that you apply to these charts. That is bearish. So that's the bearish side. Now, at the same exact moment, look at your NASDAQ. Look at the way it's been hugging this channel support line. I mean, hugging and holding and hugging and holding. It's been perfect. That's not bearish, and in fact, this could be construed as a little teeny bull flag right here. So that's the opposite look. Omni will start out selling rallies, but will be very quick to get out of the market's way and would prefer to be on the sidelines for one more day, like it was yesterday in the evening S&P and NASDAQ. That is your little quagmire of a battle that you got going on between the transportation average and the daily NASDAQ charts. Let's look at the gold, traders. Now let's get into some commodities. These look easier to read. Here's your gold. Look at the way it is above this average. Look at the way it held the average last time. Then it gets below, but when it gets back above, very strong. And if you ask me, this is some weird bull flag right here, above the average. Gold, we are a buyer of dips for trading on Tuesday. Then you've got 30-year T-bonds, traders. T-bonds, if you ask me, have a couple of rally days coming. They've put in this nice little bottoming type area. You can see it's like a bottoming type formation, short-term bottom. I am not saying the bottom is in bonds by any means, but for short-term trading, nice bottoming formation for day traders. Nice, if you ask me, really nice parallel channel right there. And inside that parallel channel, if you want to stretch the imagination just a little bit, is a bull flag inside the parallel channel. For bonds, I say bonds go higher. We've got a green Omni for bonds. You've got a bull flag and a channel, a bullish channel. So you got to like the bonds for trading on Tuesday. And then you've got soybeans. Another, I figured we'd go and look at a bunch of commodities. Look at the soybeans. OTAPLA, the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. Down below, right, was breached. Next, you breached the 200-bar moving average. That was the flagpole. Went down and created a bear pennant flag. That should be bearish. You had a one-day breakthrough, but you settled back inside the flag. That keeps the pennant flag valid. That is absolutely a pennant flag. And it should bring the soybeans lower, especially that it is now below 2 key averages. So for day trading on Tuesday, you got to like that soybean chart on the downside. And then we've got Apple, traders. Hooray for that green Omni. Apple chart looks fantastic. Look at how many times it holds. I mean, it just looks great here. Now, Apple is one of those really slow movers. So we're going to be in the trade for quite some time if we get filled, but eventually we expect it to work its way higher, and we've got a nice high target over time in Apple. Come to livewithoscar.com for the exact number on that target. Then you've got Tesla Motors, traders. Look at this fantastic chart. I've used this for a very, very long time now. You've seen this in many, many videos. I showed you when we were below the 200 bar moving average, when it first got broken down below, stayed, rallied up, failed at the average, rallied up, failed at the average miserably, comes back up, holds that average, and starts to go. Right here, we get a buy signal. Our first target was 236 to 238. The buy signal came in at 219. That was hit. Our second target was 260. Those are fantastic targets. Both of them were hit. Omni gets out, does nothing for this rally, comes back down. Now we've got an Omni buy signal, and if you ask me, a bull flag, a nice small bull flag building, and an Omni buy signal. So your next target, target number 3, 273 to 274 in Tesla. Traders, come on down to livewithoscar.com. Check out the website. Omni does not get out of stock trades in one day like it does with futures and indices and commodities. It usually holds trades until either the target is hit or a stop is hit. So unlike the commodities, when we do put on these Tesla trades and other stock trades like Apple, we tend to hold them for a while, just like you've seen us do with Broadcom this month. All right, traders, come to livewithoscar.com. I'll see you there. So, traders, you've seen the charts and you've got my technical reasoning why. There's a battle going on here. We'll start off selling rallies, but I don't really like that side of the trade even slightly. This is a big booming bull market. You've seen the chart. You know why gold looks good and bonds too. Soybeans bearish. You've got that down. Apple and Tesla, that's a little bit longer term hold when we get into trades like that. I think you'll really enjoy being in them because we always have stops, which should in most cases protect us from any downward movement if we're long. Don't forget the projection, 2017's projection of 2650 and then possibly 27. 27 remains valid. Traders, one of the things I wanted to mention is we are very expensive in the markets right now. They're very high priced, right? I'm not saying overpriced by any means. There's no such thing as overbought until the market turns around and dumps. However, we are at a very high level in the S&P and the NASDAQ. Markets tend to move a lot more on a daily basis when they're at those really high levels. That's called volatility. But just because the market starts to have volatility inside of a day and you're in a trade long or short, doesn't mean the market is changing complexion. Learn how to deal with the new volatility. If we get into gold, or if we get into soybeans, or we get into the S&P, it may swing like this while we're in the trade. That's the way it works these days. You've got to get used to this volatility. We always recommend putting your buy and sell stops in first. This way, if something insane happens, at least you get knocked out and you're not sitting in a market wishing and praying that you can be out of it. So make sure that you put your stops in. There are rumors that stops don't always work, but I can at least say with my experience, as long as I've been trading and analyzing these electronic markets, I have not seen stops get blown through in any of these major high volume markets. Of course, if you're in much lower volume markets, anything can happen. But if you're going to be in S&P, gold, soybeans, I never see stops get blown through on the electronics. So put your stops in, then it doesn't matter what happens because it's just another trade. Traders, meet me at livewithoscar.com. I will help keep you calm and keep you in tune and teach you about these markets. Staying calm is very important, as we know. One of the best things you can do to help keep yourselves calm, and I know that's not going to be easy, but if you can, say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll. I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. And don't forget the expanded volatility. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.